Hi everyone, welcome back. Continuing on Module 2, Topic 1. I love some of the pages have it. Lesson 3, we are on Activity 2. We are page 197. Habits of Mind, model with mathematics, use appropriate tools strategically. Says let's consider another way to model equivalent ratios using a visual representation. The local bakery sells muffins in a variety of packs of blueberry, pumpkin, and bran muffins. They always sell the muffins in the ratio of 3 blueberry to 2 pumpkin to 1 bran. Write the ratio that expresses each relationship. Identify each as part to part or part to whole. Remember, don't forget to label each quantity with the unit of measure. Okay, so blueberry muffins to total muffins. So when we are expressing this, well, it is, first of all, it is a part to, it says the word total, so it's a part to whole. So blueberry is first, so 3 blueberry to, how many are there in total? 3 blueberry, 2 pumpkin, that's 5, and 1 bran, so 6. So 6 total muffins. I will let you kind of do a little shortcut. We're going to do BL for blueberry, P for pumpkin, BR for bran, and we'll do T for total. Okay, pumpkin muffins to total muffins. So again, we're looking at part 2, whole. Pumpkin is 2, so 2 pumpkin to 6 total. Bran muffins to total muffins. So again, we're looking at part to whole. Bran is 1, so 1 BR for bran. That's short enough. You could write it out if you want. 2, 6 total. Okay, blueberry muffins to pumpkin muffins. Blueberry to pumpkin. So we need, there's no total, so we're doing a part to part. So blueberry is 3 to 2 pumpkin. You should be able to do these next two on your own. Please pause and do that. Okay, hopefully you did that and you turned it back on. Bran muffins to pumpkin. So part 2, it doesn't say total, so we're doing part to part. Bran is first, so that's in our numerator, to pumpkin. So bran is 1, pumpkin is 2. Now, you could be writing 1 bran to 2 pumpkin. You could be writing it like that. Up here, we could have done 1 bran to 6 total, or we can do it in the fraction form. Remember, either way is still expressing a ratio. Blueberry muffins to bran. So part to part. Blueberry over bran. So we have 3 blueberry for every 1 bran. Okay, moving on. You can represent a ratio by drawing the objects themselves, or you can use a tape diagram. A tape diagram illustrates number relationships by using rectangles to represent ratio parts. They call it a tape diagram because it literally looks like little pieces of Scotch tape kind of lined up next to each other. The tape diagram shown represents the ratio of each type of muffin. What does each small rectangle represent in the given tape diagram? What do you think? It represents, so each rectangle represents 1 muffin. Pause if you need to. I'm going to flip over to 198. Continuing with activity 2. The tape diagrams provide a visual representation of ratios that you can use to solve problems. In this worked example, so suppose you purchase an 18-pack of muffins. How many blueberry, pumpkin, and bran muffins will you purchase? There are 6 muffins represented in the tape diagram, and you want 18 total muffins that are in the same ratio. So we're using the same information here. So 3 blueberry to 2 pumpkin to 1 bran. Okay, it's the same as in the one before, which they're showing you here. So it wants to know if we purchase an 18-pack. It says, therefore, to determine how many muffins you need to maintain the same ratio, this 3 to 2 to 1, you need to maintain the same ratio. So you can divide 18 by 6. Why 6? Because there's 6 total. So 18 divided by 6 is 3. So each of these rectangles then would represent 3 muffins. Is that a total of 18 then? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So this represents, when we have the 3 in those rectangles, it's now representing 18 muffins. It's easier than drawing this out 3 more times. We could. Right? We could draw that. And another one. Right? And this one is the blue. Then this one is the darker orange. Like here. So blue, orange, and then a lighter orange. I don't know, trying to make it lighter. It's hard to do that. Imagine it later. Okay, so we could do it like that and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. But it's just as easy to put 3s in here. Okay, if we drew it all out, these would be 1s. Okay, so in the ratio 9 to 6 to 3, is the ratio 9 to 6 to 3 equivalent to 3 to 2 to 1? And then explain how you know. So does it still show, does a 9 to 6 to 3 ratio show 3 to 2 to 1? Well, if we look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 9, 13, 14, 15. So let's just draw it out again. I want to draw it out so it doesn't have the number 3 in it. So if I just drew it all the way out, let's do that. Okay. So does a 9, now remember, the order matters. So this is blueberry to pumpkin to bran. So are there 9 blueberry? Yep. 6 pumpkin and 3 bran. Is that the same ratio as 3 to 2 to 1? We didn't change the way any of these look. It is still the same ratio. If I write them like this, 9 to 6 to 3, and underneath I put 3 to 2 to 1. How do we go from 9 to 3? Now, for it to be the same equivalence, we have to do the same thing to go from 6 to 2, and that same thing to go from 3 to 1. So 9 to 3, we're going to divide by 3. Is 6 divided by 3 equal to 2? Yeah. And what about 3 divided by 3? Is it equal to 1? Yep. So yes, it is. These illustrations show it. If you drew the picture, I'm good with that. Use the tape diagram to answer each question. Suppose you purchase a 36 pack of muffins. How many blueberry, pumpkin, and bran muffins will you receive? So there's 36. So remember, we have 6 in our original ratio, our 3 to 2 to 1. So if we want 36 altogether, we're going to do the 36 divide by 6, because that's how many is in total in one of our ratios. So 36 divided by 6 is 6. So each of these will have 6. All of them have 6. So how many blueberry, pumpkin, and bran do you receive? How many blueberry are there? So there's 18 blueberry, 12 pumpkin, 6 bran. And that in fact does add to 36. Suppose you wanted 20 pumpkin muffins in your variety pack. How many total muffins are there? So we want 20 total pumpkin. So if these boxes represent our pumpkin, these rectangles, what number has to go in that? That has to be the same number, right? We had the same number in these to give me 20 pumpkin. Right, it has to be a 10. So if there's 10 in those, there's a 10 in each of those. Those are 10s all the way across, and there's a 10. So how many total are there? 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, and 10. So how many total muffins is that? So let's say total of 60 muffins total. Okay, pause if you need to. I'm going to flip over to the other side. No, I'm not. We already did that. I'm going to the next page, page 199. Okay, so it says the table shows the number of muffins in a specified size variety pack. Complete just the missing cells in the columns for the 6-pack and 36-pack of muffins. Okay, it says, what do you notice about the number? Analyze the completed columns. How could you have determined the number of each type of muffin in the 18-pack? All right, so let's just start to fill this out here if we can. So we know when there was 6, we had 3 blueberry, 2 pumpkin, 1 bran. So if we are going from 6 to 12, how do we go from a total of 6 to a total of 12? We are going to multiply by 2. So we're going to do that in each of those. So 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Does that give me a total of 12? 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 2 is 12. It does. Okay, so how do we fill out this 24 column? How might you do that? Well, there's a couple of ways you could approach it. I see 12 doubled, right? 12 times 2 gives me 24. So I can do that. So I can do 6 times 2. I'm going to hop right over this center column here. So 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times 2 gives me 8. 2 times 2 gives me 4. 12 plus 8 is 20. 20 plus 4 is 24. Just to point out, that could have worked if we went from this column right here. And I'm going to draw this kind of up here. How do you go from 6 to 24? You do a times 4. What's 3 times 4? 12. What's 2 times 4? 8. 1 times 4? 4. So it doesn't matter which column you start from to multiply by something, because we're increasing using a multiplicative reasoning. as long as we're doing the same column for each of them, multiplying by the same scaling factor. We're scaling up 4 times, okay? So how you figure out 36? Well, there's a couple of ways to do that. Wait, before we do that, we could have, and I don't know if you have noticed this, someone could have just thought adding 6 plus 6. 12 plus 12 is 24. 6 plus 6 is 12. 4 plus 4 is 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. Maybe you saw the 6 and 12 going to the 18 is 6 plus 12. 3 plus 6 is 9. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus 2 is 3. So a lot of ways we could figure out the 36. I could add 18 and 18, or I could do a times 2. I could add 6 plus 12 plus 18, right? 6 plus 12 is 18, 18 and 18 and 18. So I could just add these 3. Or I can do, I guess I'm going to try a pencil. So I'm going to multiply though. How do I go from 6 to 36? So I guess I'll draw a big circle here. 6 to 36 is a times 6, correct? Okay, so 3 times 6 gives me 18. 2 times 6 gives me 12. And 1 times 6 gives me 6. And that adds to 36. 18 plus 12 is 30, plus 6 is 36. 9 plus 9 is 18, 6 plus 6 is 12, 3 plus 3 is 6. So what do you notice about the numbers? Well, the total number of muffins are multiples of 6. There's always 3 times as many blueberry as bran. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. So always 3 times as many blueberry as bran. V, how could you have determined the number of each type of muffin in the 18 pack without using the tape diagram? So it's kind of like we did here. How can we say this? So we can multiply the values in the smallest pack. That's the 6 total pack by 3. To show the values of the 18 pack. How could you have determined the number of each type of muffin in the 36 pack? Well, same thing, but we can multiply by 6 this time. So going from 6 to 36 is a times 6. Use what you notice about the numbers in the table to determine how many of each muffin type are in the 12 pack and the 24 pack of muffins. I'm not really sure why they put this down here when they had us already fill out the table. So we kind of already have that done. And we're just put a smiley face. I'll know that you're listening to me if you can tell me why you're putting a smiley face here. I'm not going to write it. Some kids keep just moving forward to the end and writing everything that they see on the screen, but they're not actually listening. So if you're listening to me right now, I want you to write, I listened to what you said in this video, right here by the smiley face. I listened to what you said in this video. That's what you should write. I listened to what you said in this video. I can't wait to see who does that. Do not tell your neighbor. Do not tell your friends. I want to see who's actually watching and going through all of this. And I will see you on the next video.